Hey, hey. Oh, let me turn my music off. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. We are in this thing. Come on in. Let's go live on Instagram and let's go live on Facebook. Happy Friday, girl. Oh, Lord. Okay, let's see. There we go. Yes. Happy Friday. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Happy Friday, ladies. All right. Happy Friday, y'all. Let's jump right into it. Today is Friday, so y'all already know what we do every Friday. You can come on in and brag on yourself. What did you conquer this week inside your business? What I really want to do with this show, I want to share with you. What I really want to do with this show is just give entrepreneurs, women specifically now, a place to land every day. Okay, somewhere to call home where we can talk about what's going on in our business, what we're conquering when it comes to being consistent, when it comes to our confidence, when it comes to our strategy. Okay, so we'll be here every weekday for that. But on Fridays, we do brag on ourselves now. We do brag on ourselves on Fridays and we talk about what we conquered this week. So, big or small, let this be a celebratory moment for you to think about what actually did you get done this week, right? So, not our ideas. Okay. Even though that's good, right? We need space for creative ideas. But what did you conquer this week inside your business? Big or small? What was that for you? I know for me and my business, child, this question for me is it's bittersweet, right? Because I had a week in my business with the highest of highs and then a little low also. That's what it was like for me this week. So, what did you conquer this week inside your business? So, if you're an entrepreneur, let's celebrate you, girl. What did you do, honey, big or small? I was telling y'all that I had the guest coaching to do with Operation Hope last night. So, I got a chance to do that, which was so good. But I ended up getting so disappointed with my strategy that I had to get results, girl. It didn't work out for me. And I was like, why is this business doing this? So, what did you conquer this week? Hey, to the ladies that are watching on TikTok, what did you conquer this week inside your business, big or small? Because y'all know I also don't want us getting to the end of the week and we're like, like I was doing stuff, but it kind of felt like busy work. It didn't feel like anything that actually moved the needle. And that's so relatable to me. Okay, so this also why I want us to do this when we do the show every Friday. We actually talk about what did we conquer, what moved the needle for us. What's up, Rashana? She said I posted my reel for the solo girls. I did it and logged off, friend. Okay, I feel you on that. Yes, Rashana is in the travel space. And shout out to the Conquer Club. Rashana's in the travel space. So she said she posted a reel to target those girls who are going to be traveling solo, honey, because that's her target audience. So yes, what did you conquer this week inside your business, honey? Big or small? And I love celebrating the big and I love celebrating the small. And celebrating the small was something that I truly had to learn over time. I feel like my glasses are cloudy. Because, like, even yesterday when I did this guest coaching last night for Operation Hope, and if you're tuning in, welcome in, honey. We're just talking about what we conquered this week inside of our businesses. But when I did the guest coaching last night for Operation Hope, like, I was so excited. I spent so much time on my strategy. I was like, oh, I'll be able to easily pull in this amount of money. I've done this before, yada, yada, yada. And then I went from the highest of high to the lowest of low when it didn't work out. I was like, oh my God. But I don't have time to sit in that. I'm like, all right, girl, what's next, honey? For real. So I still got to learn how to celebrate the small. The fact that I was in the room, I got what I got, the calls that I did get, I got to celebrate that. So, yes, go us. So, okay, I want to shift gears a little bit. Y'all know it's Friday, so every Friday when we do the show, we always brag on ourselves. So feel free, honey, to always pop into the comments here and let us know what you conquered this week inside of your business, big or small. But I want to shift into a different topic here. Because I want to talk about this idea of getting to the end of the week, getting to Friday, and you're like, wait a minute now. I was doing a lot of stuff in my business, but where are the customers? Where are the conversions? Right. So I hear this a lot. So I want to kind of tackle it just for a couple of minutes. Okay. I want to kind of tackle it for a few minutes. Okay. And that's this idea of making the most out of your week, making the most out of your week. And then thinking about or separating in your mind or separating on paper what is busy work for you. And it doesn't mean that the busy work isn't important. But like me the other day, I was about to go start editing my website and I said, Does it matter? Yes, but that's busy work. You need to be shit. You need to be selling. Like, let's be for real. Right. So us understanding when we're talking about conquering our week and doing all of these things, what moves the needle and what's my idea of busy work? Like my idea of busy work is me sitting around playing around on my website. Like, is it gonna look nicer? Yeah. Is it gonna make you money? Pretty website, no visitors. Those are things that I have to reflect on. Zara says, good afternoon, ladies. Hey, girl. Welcome in, honey. We're just talking about the idea of getting to the end of our week and making sure that we're moving the needle. This is something that I've really, really, really been trying to make sure I'm on the mountain conquering every week for real. That when I get to the end of my week, I didn't spend my time on busy work, like I said, for example, my website, versus stuff that actually moves the needle in my business. And sometimes the stuff that moves the needle in my business is not the stuff I want to do. Like, if I could just be honest, that's not where I want to spend my time. I want to spend my time being cute and being the face, and that's about it. I ain't trying to be spending no time keeping organized, and I got to do all this, the funnel and all of that. Child, who got time for that? That is not why we're here. But like I said, I can do that, do what I feel like doing. And then I get to Friday and I'm like, wait, I worked on my business so much, but I ain't got no money. The money I did make is gone already. Like, what are we doing? So, what is your version of that busy work? Where do you find yourself like, I spent 20 hours this week creating content. Maybe some form of that is to keep us feeling busy. Like, so what's your version of busy work? And then what's your version of stuff that actually moves the needle? Like for me, I know it's booking consultations. If I'm doing everything but booking consultations, I'm doing busy work. I had to learn it about myself without shame, but I had to understand now. What's up, Allison? Hey, girl. Shout out to Allison. She was there with me last night. So we have two major partnerships that I'm so proud of. One is Operation Hope, and the other one, the new one that we have this year for 2025, is Monday.com. So Allison came out and represented the Conquer Club on the Operation Hope call last night. We had almost 60 entrepreneurs in the room, and they gave me a chance to coach that room. It was amazing, and Allison was there to represent the Conquer community. So go, you girl. See, even when, sometimes we don't give ourselves enough credit because even me saying it out loud, I'm like, okay. But yeah, that's why we got to talk about this for real. So thank you, Michaela. I see you, girl. So we're talking about making the most out of your week, friend. The weeks where we spend a little bit too much time on busy work instead of stuff that actually moves the needle. So, like, what does that look like for you? What do you think? Like your money, and I don't want to go into the whole coaching thing, but this is something we got to think about. I hear this so much, and I'm telling y'all, I've dealt with it. Hearing people say, "What are your money making activities?" It's like, girl, what is you talking about? But I feel like I really started to tap into some when I said, maybe they own to something. What are the things I do to make money? And often when I've asked people that question, the answer has been, well, I post on social media. I post on social media. I'm consistent with that. I do that to promote my business. So that to me is a money making activity. Thank you, Michaela. And I'm just like, and you tell me what you think, okay? I can agree that, and it depends on where you are with your business, okay? But I can agree that that's a money making activity for all of us. It ain't for me. That sounds so country. What's up, Elena? She says, hey, her busy work are updating forms that are fine. Girl, if that ain't me, ChatGPT refine this. Like, girl, leave it alone. Okay. I love it. Okay. She said her busy work is updating forms that are fine, creating content, and it sits in drafts. Moving the needle for her is posting content, reconnecting with clients, etc. Yes. 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 That is so real. I was even looking at when I was getting ready for the Operation Hope call yesterday. I was looking at my lead magnet. Lead magnet completely fine, Elena. I was like, well, maybe I should tweak the messaging because I'm like, girl, if you don't exit out of this thing and quit trying to procrastinate like SpongeBob was on that episode when he had to take that driver's license test, that'd be me. So Elena says moving the needle for her is posting content, reconnecting with clients and stuff. Heavy on the reconnecting with clients, girl. That is true money making activity. For real. Allison says, Deb, trying it to be honest. I never would do professional development presenting. Every year, my principal would try to get me to speak at other schools. You are a magician, girl. Allison, first of all, thank you, girl. I appreciate it. I feel like, and I just feel like we've personally seen, and Rashana's here, right? So she knows about the ladies that we in the Conquer Club that we stay connected to offline. Like Allison, girl, you are funny, you are charismatic, you're extremely intelligent, and I just think you're so personable. But I get that, presenting in front of people is different for everyone. But girl, you do so good in the car club. I have loved, love, love, love watching you blossom. It has truly made my heart smile at night. Rashana says, hey, everyone overthinking what the post like I did in the Conquer Club Tuesday when I need to just post it. If I'm not in DMs, I'm not doing anything. I love this because I even had to get real about myself. I was talking to my chat GPT. I was talking to my friend, and I was like, I already know that if I spend the rest of my week doing anything other than booking consultations, I'm doing busy work and I'm avoiding the real work. Like I had to admit that to myself. I said, if you start doing all this stuff about, oh, well, yeah, you're a speaker brand. And like, if you start doing anything other than getting people on a call and getting a debit or credit card number, then you are doing busy work. And that's how I'll find myself at the end of the week to work 96 hours a day and about $40 a show for it. Enough to go get a little 10 piece in French 75. We can't even probably get that. Gotta get you a little Red Bull on ice and pretend it's a drink. Because I was sitting there procrastinating. Prashana said SpongeBob is my jam. Girl, I love a little SpongeBob. She said, thanks. Of course, Allison, girl. You are that girlfriend. You are that girl. So we're talking about what are our money making activities. Okay, like what are the things that you do? And let's talk about it. Like, let's get into it. I don't want to. Okay, because I love how Elena broke hers down. Because I'm a recovering busy holic. Going back and updating stuff that is perfectly fine. Busy work. Creating content that sits in drafts. Busy work. That's real. Man, that's real. TikTok was like, hey, you got 966 drafts in here, B. We finna delete some if you don't. Like, girl, that's real. And I get it because the mantra is post, 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 and you create something. You never know how you can use it later. Or you create it with the 100 intent to post it, but maybe the editing process becomes another hurdle to conquer. Or maybe it's a part that you want to delete and that becomes something else to put on your to-do list. You know, that's why even when I'm consulting or I'm working inside the Conquer Club, I ask women, what is your magic? Like, what is the thing that you could do without question? And I know for me, is if I can get on live for an hour and I ain't got to think about no other content, baby, sign me up. But when I would try to do stuff like reels and type up a whole bunch of posts and do all of that, that led me to procrastinating because it felt like I was trying to like curate something or try to create something. I'm like, well, what do I even do again? Like, what am I typing about? Like, what am I talking about? I would get lost in that. And it will prevent me from conquering that thing. It'll prevent me. Yeah, I'll go 4 days without showing up because I'm sitting here like I was just like, this ain't it. Like this don't make sense. You like if you keep doing this, Deb, you need to call the lady. So I love how we're talking about this and having this conversation. For real. Rashana, look her. We got some nice little Christian people watching the live. Well, it is Friday though, friend. She said, "Standing in my husband's lap is busy work, girl. And I love to do it. I ain't mad at it, honey. I am not mad at it, girl. I'm not mad at it. So your money making activities, what are they? And this is just reflective, but you can answer in the chat, right? I pull it up on screen and we can talk about it because y'all always bring good points and good feedback. And because what we're talking about here is making sure that we get to the end of the week and we're feeling proud of ourselves. We're getting to the end of the week and making sure that we have something that we can brag about, whether it's big, whether it's small. And sometimes, y'all, that thing that you conquered this week and the Conquer Club will tell you was getting out of bed. And that was the furthest we got. That was the big mountain of the day, and we did it. And guess what? I'm here for it. Or maybe the thing that we conquered was doing something behind the scenes that nobody ever knew about. It was some spiritual work, some soul work. I know I conquered sin with my journal. Was it yesterday morning? I told y'all I was journaling. I think it was before the show. And that's something that I had to conquer on my own, baby. You know me, a little journal, a little tears, and a little God. I was like, okay, that's worth mentioning. Hey, Ty. Ty says, happy Friday, ladies. I'm late, but I made it. It's okay, girl. Now the meat on the grill, but we ain't flipped it over yet. Cause I'm telling you, I'm going to the gym soon as I leave. That's why I got on the hoodie, because I got on a little workout top underneath here. Hey Jada, checking in from Memphis. What's up, Jada? Jada Love Hair Studio from the Conquer Club. Baby, my girls are out here doing their thing. I gotta brag on you a little bit, Jada, because Jada's one of those type of girls where she really out here doing her thing. You know what I'm saying? Really be humble. But Jada has come to the Conquer Club and she went straight into Conquer Club Plus, which is where you get the group with the ladies, but you also get it's plus your one-on-one time with me. And Jada is a loctician out in Memphis, right? So she came to me and she was like, Deb, I do locks out in Cordova. I want to grow my business. I want more clients. And I'm like, all right, bet. So me and Jada started being on her strategies. Y'all, she was like, Deb, I got like 7 appointments tomorrow. I got 10 people booked this week. And if y'all want, we can uncover some of the stuff that she's done, but her execution is top tier. As a loctician, I'm finna tell y'all a simple thing that she did that changed the game for her. 2 simple things. I can just give you this because this is something that I teach every day. One was when somebody come gets their hair retwist, Jada don't let you walk out that door without saying, okay, well, okay, you finished today. Okay, well, let's add $10 on and let's go ahead and book you for 6 weeks later. Literally doubled her bookings. This is the type of stuff that even when we talk about weekly routines, even in Jada's business, we don't go a week without looking back and say, okay, now who got their locks retwisted 8 weeks ago? Now it's time for me to call them and tell them it's time to come back. Who got their hair done around? Like, when we talk about getting to Friday and making sure that we didn't do busy work and we did stuff that moved the needle, not into some grand fake strategy that you need a $10,000 grant to, like, stuff that we can do right now today that's going to move the needle. Rashana already knows. Yes, book them for the next one. Simple, sustainable things. Y'all know that's my mantra. In May, since we got our Monday.com partnership, right? So me and the Conquer community, we are Monday.com partners, which means that their platform trusts me to teach entrepreneur women how to use it to get their business organized. And so in May, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to let the Conquer Club see my entire back end. So y'all will be able to see how I keep up with the clients, with the emails, with the social media planning, because I'm a solopreneur too. I work by myself. I don't have a team. I ain't got a payroll. I ain't got none. I ain't got an EBT card. I ain't got none. I'm just out here. Okay. I'm just out here. But I want to give all of the ladies access to what it looks like on the entire back end. Some of the simple stuff. I do simple stuff week to week. Check, 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 check. Boom. Let's go hang out. Like, I'm cutting my calendar off and I'm going to a day party like today because check, 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 check. So I'm going to show the Conquer Club. And Conquer Club, I know I hadn't even told y'all that, but that's how we're going to kick off our summer inside the Conquer Club. But those are the simple things that when we go around and we talk about stuff that we can do today, Jada started doing it and it doubled the amount of people that was on her books. And she's somebody that posts on social media every day. Consistency was not her thing. She said, babe, I can get on live. I can show me all of that. I ain't worried about that. I need to know how to get to that money. I said, well, are we rebooking people? She said, oh, okay. I said, are we following up when people got their hair done so we can go back and touch base with them? She was like, oh, okay. Allison says her money-making activities are emailing teachers, school emails, social media exposures, DMs. Her busy work is redoing the same games that's been in Canva for a year. I'm going to come back to that. Hey, Terry. Hey, Steffi. Welcome in, y'all. We're just talking about what did you conquer this week. We're talking about what's busy work normally for us or what stuff that you do in your business that actually makes you money. So I love what Allison is doing here. Hey, Rion, what's up, girl? I love what Allison is saying here because y'all know that Allison does printables. Okay. She does printables she basically out here saving the kids. Okay. So she does printables for teachers, for tutors, for parents who want to help their kids learn how to read. And so what Allison's saying is a money-making activity for her. Catch this now. It's actually emailing the teachers, emailing the schools. This is not some rocket science 12-page business plan. It's what type of stuff do I do that moves the needle? If that's her product, you may say, dang, emailing teachers every week, impossible not to get new customers. Okay. Her social media exposure to complement that. And sending out DMs. I love it. I love it. What's up, Rion? She says, good morning. Hey, honey bun. What's up, girl? I'm so glad you came back to the show, friend. Rion says, I started updating my website and adding services. Yes. I was talking about that is busy work for me when I start going and tinkering with my websites, even though I do need to redo it because it look a mess. Steffi says, I conquered having events from mostly May and now June. We are outside, honey. Yes. I'm telling y'all, it is going to be a hashtag Hot Conquer Club summer And that's what me and the ladies are gonna do. We're gonna be at events this summer. We're gonna be in rooms, we're gonna be pitching, we're gonna make sure we organize behind the scenes. So in May for the Conquer Club, I'm showing my ladies my entire back end. I'm showing y'all the whole back end. Oh, Terry says, Deb, I'm ready. I got a whole plan and outline. You know the struggle. Connect with me after this call. I have to jump off for work. Okay, hun. I sure will, girl. Yeah, I'm excited about this summer. Y'all know I've been kind of sharing what this journey has looked like for me. I quit my traditional job back in 2022, and then I found myself last year thinking that I had to go back to work because I was a mess. I was not on it. I was not leaned into my business. I had a lot of plans and a lot of ideas, but my execution just did not match it. It truly didn't. And so that's what has me reflecting on stuff like this. Like I'm like this, like now, like I am, man, in my groove. I look at my calendar and I'm like, yes, we have people, which is so different from how I was last year. So I had to start reflecting on. Then I was busy, but I had nobody on my calendar. Like I wasn't, I don't know. I was just doing busy work, but now I'm seeing what actually moves the needle inside my business. So that's what we've been talking about today is for you. And please, if you want to comment, we can bring it up and talk about it. Like, what does busy work look like for you? For me, my busy work can be, oh, Lord. Somebody said something good where they talked about like tinkering with forms and stuff. I'll be like, let me go back and look at my contracts. Let me see if it's like, girl, be for real. Busy work, girl. That is all me, honey. And too, I was talking to a new client that I have, and what me and her really broke down for her business that seems to work really well is this idea of daily, weekly, and monthly routines. And I think I feel like everybody that I've taught that framework to, it has literally changed the game for them because it kind of changed the game for me. And it sounds a little, I don't want to say it sounds cliche, but it sounds like typical advice, but I want to talk about it. This idea of having a weekly routine, a daily routine, and a monthly routine. That's not the same as like having a sales goal. Everybody say have a sales goal. Okay, you have a sales goal, whatever. But what does it mean like daily to actually do that? And so I posed this question when we did the hot seat inside the Conquer Club this past Tuesday. So shout out to the girls, Ivana, Rashana, and Chloe that participate in the hot seat. They got a chance to get coached by me in front of the whole group. And I asked one of them, and it probed a good question. What does a week of success look like in your business? And this is something I even tend to ask when I'm doing consultations and stuff. I'll say, okay, what does a week of success look like in your business? And I will hear, well, I go and look at my analytics and I'm like, okay, that's fair. Tell me more. The question that makes you think. So, what does a week of success look like in your business? And this is why in May, I want to show the Conquer Club my back end because basically I want to show them how do I measure success because it's not wrapped up in any type of, y'all know what we call vanity metrics like analytics. Do they tell a picture? Yes. But for me, success looks like booking a certain amount of calls, having a certain number of people show up, having a certain amount of people close, having a certain amount of people upsell into Conquer Club Plus, and have a certain amount of people that are reached out to. If I get to the end of my week and I've hit my metrics or reached for my metrics, that's considered success for me. Because for me and my business, the type of business that I have, those are the things that move the needle for me. If those things are happening, then money is happening. Because that means folks getting on Zoom, folks are converting, folks are joining. So those are money-making activities for me. So I got a sales goal, yeah. I'm consistent, yeah. But that means nothing if I don't understand You know what I'm saying? What success looks like to get there. And for me, those are the things that I've discovered that move the needle for me. So maybe this will make you think, especially if you have a business where like you're service based and you have to do, like, I do free consultations. Like if you want to work, you do a free consultation, you come into whatever. And I know if 2 weeks go by, if a week go by and we ain't had no consultations, I can almost guarantee I was doing busy work and I'm not gonna make no money. Because for me, that is a direct money making activity that I must focus on. And anything else would be busy work for me. This is the truth that I had to sit with for myself, friend. I was like, all that other stuff is curtain now, but you ain't got no calls. Okay. So I had to be honest with myself about that. So I had to say, okay, now what you gonna do every week to make sure that that's a priority? What does that look like for you, Deb? And it looks differently for each of us. It looks differently for each of us. And I love the ladies inside the Conquer Club because it looks differently for each of us. Like for me, it's going live. For somebody else, it may mean being outside. For somebody else, it may be speaking. For somebody else, like Jess, shout out to Jess. She's in Conquer Club Plus, baby. She picks up the phone and call people. She knows if I get my list and I call 30 folks, I know a couple of them gonna buy. She like, that's not up for debate. That's not something that I can go without doing. That is a money making activity for her. She's like, regardless if I show up online, regardless if I go outside, regardless if I'm depressed, regardless of whatever, I know I can call 30 folks and I'm gonna get about 4, 5, 6 orders. Okay. Like the money making activity of it all. Something for us to think about as we finish our weeks. Did we do that for ourselves? I know me, I dropped the ball on mine big time with my outreach. So I met like what 4/5 of my goal, like 4 out of 5. So it wasn't terrible. Actually, 3 out of 5 because one of the calls canceled. So yeah. Okay. I was telling this story last night about this idea of money making activities and what are we going to do to make sure that we are in the game for real. But check out the Conquer Club right quick because if you're hearing us talk about it and you're interested, I want you to hear more about what the ladies think.
Me, the Conquer Club is a sisterhood. I didn't know a lot of these ladies. I have truly made connections, real friendships, bonds. I've cried with these ladies. It elevated my business so much, just putting a foot on the gas and stomping on necks, like literally. I'm really proud to be a part of this space, and I think this is what entrepreneurs need.
Yes, yes, yes. So love the Conquer Club. If you love these conversations and you want to come into a community where you're conquering your goals, we meet you where you are. You can come in for May. I'm going to be uncovering my entire back end. So as a solopreneur, how do I keep up with the concept of all of the clients? I have all of my clients from 2023. How am I keeping up with the touch points when people book a consult, when they don't follow up? How do I kind of have that organized? I'm going to be uncovering that inside May in the Conquer Club to kick off our hashtag hot Conquer Club summer. So we'll go into that and then we'll go into networking and pitching. It's going to be a lot of women empowerment brunches or whatever you want to call it this summer, and my ladies will be in the room. We are literally scattered from Texas all the way up to New York inside the Conquer Club. So if you're interested in that space and coming in being a part of what we do, you can go to jointheconquerclub.com because we're looking for new members, honey. I've been looking for some girls who want to conquer, you're probably already consistent, but you're like, man, I just got to crank it up. So you can check it out and see if it's right for you. We'll talk about the pathway that you need to be on inside the Conquer Club, which is similar to kind of like having a major. Do you need to get organized? Do you need to get consistent? Do you just want to work on getting some clarity with me? So we'll talk about what pathway you'll go on inside the Conquer Club. And then, of course, you can also join the Tuesday night calls, honey. So, okay. Happy Friday, friend. I'm about to log off here and I'm literally going to change and go straight to the gym because I have to commit to that. I don't feel like going. I don't feel like doing it. I'm so exhausted, but I know today are the days that matter when nobody's watching, when nobody's holding me accountable. These are the days that matter. So I'm going to do that, come back, try to do a little work, and then I'm trying to change and go to the day party. Okay. So have an amazing weekend. Thank y'all so much for tuning into the show. If you like it, just tap the screen, follow, turn on your live notifications, and we'll be back on Monday, wherever you scroll. We're live on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. What am I missing? Of course, here on Facebook. So I'll see y'all on Monday. Y'all already know when you wake up Monday, be ready to conquer, come with your goals, and I'll see you then, girl.